Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. We got other things that are ready to rock and form new highs. You have another company called QMMM that has treasury, $100 million treasury plan, targeting not only Bitcoin, Ethereum, but also Solana. And right now, you guys know Solana is catching on fire. There's already treasury firms like Sol Treasury. They actually debuted on Canadian exchange. I mean, Canadian exchange, no. Canadian company debuting on NASDAQ. Actually, I didn't even look at it. STKE, I should start following that. But you also have a ton of whales right now. Could be a reason why ETH has been more stagnant. Probably the reason why. Because a lot of whales are rushing to Solana now. It's starting to get hot. And we know next month, we're going to get a whole bunch of ETF approvals too. So that may be the reason why we're certainly seeing momentum shift. And speaking of collectibles, you have dApps on top of Solana, like this new one called Crypt, that has tokenized Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards, in case you're not aware, are very hot once again. They were hot years ago, like back in 2021. The market softened in 2022, 2023, but 2024 started making a comeback. In 2025 now, it's super hot again. But RWA is a great way to expand upon that. So basically, this dApp is allowing people to kind of randomize Pokemon cards in a digital way. This is one of the reasons why Sol and its activity is getting really hot, right? TVL is all-time high, stablecoins all-time high, volume and transactions getting to all-time high, revenue getting to all-time high. Things are really hot, really, really hot, and that's good. Speaking of ETF, XRP ETF in Canada sets a new record, and we know XRP is also going to come in October, so that could be tremendous as well. A lot of interest, a lot of XRP army waiting for that to happen. And there's another company, CWD, that skyrocketed 2,500% because they launched and they have a Chainlink treasury. This is the newest thing. Again, this is why GameStop is kind of idiotic right now. All these companies are coming out with digital asset treasuries, crypto treasuries, and they're embracing it, and their stock is skyrocketing. And GameStop somehow made the leap and now trying to hide from it. Makes no sense whatsoever. 0 cents. I said this. GameStop should just make it. Anyone could actually walk in and purchase crypto over the counter. I mean, they have the stores. It's better than Bitcoin ATMs. Why don't they enable that? And they can make fees by helping people to do that. That is a big way to gain new revenue in the stores. AVAX, still very off from their all-time high. But yesterday, jumped up over 10%. I mentioned some partnerships in my video last night, but they also created this $1 billion treasury that's going to be funding new dApps that's coming aboard. So a lot of people really like that. And also in terms of RWA, in terms of projects, they're actually leading the way right now. 130% gain in the last 30 days. So they're among the top chains right now that's focusing on RWA. And we know RWA is going to be huge in crypto in the future. Now, as for Sol, a lot of stuff happening with Sol. Sol, their foundation, is actually wondering if they should come out with their own stablecoin, because obviously supporting, say, USDC or USDT is actually helping their competitor, Ethereum. But not only that, Hyperliquid is coming out with their own stablecoin, and Solana is thinking, like, why are we like funding our competitors? Why not create a Sol-backed stablecoin for the ecosystem that helps Sol. They got a point. So this may be coming out soon. But outside of that, you have accumulation. You have this company Forward Industry. The symbol is Ford. You would figure Ford Motor Company has Ford, but no, they have F. 1.65 billion private placement cash and stables led by Galaxy Digital, Jump Capital, Multicoin, and the whole point of this 1.65 billion is for Sol accumulation, just like many others that we're hearing about with ETH and obviously Bitcoin. You're going to have a ton of companies just accumulating Sol. And that's going to be fantastic. Fantastic stuff. And plus, we got all the ETFs coming. They got delayed by a month. They got delayed until November. Okay, but still, perfect timing. That'll be like during the hottest altcoin season phase, I guess. And they will probably bring in billions as well. Right. Lastly, stablecoin reserves on exchanges soared to 70 billion, surpassing the 2021 peak. Again, you need money to fuel breakouts. Bitcoin breakout, ETH breakout, Sol breakout. You need money, and there's plenty of that. Stablecoins, sky high right now. So little bit of this is coming in, trickling in. But during the hot times, like altcoin season, man, that's when things move. And that's when the billions really flow in. And right now, we're not just even dependent on stable coins. We know there's a lot of money flowing in from Wall Street and others too. So, and here's the other thing too. Besides this new company acquiring Sol, I just saw on X that Galaxy Digital itself is buying a massive amount of Sol. So according to Look On Chain, they just bought 706,000 Sol, 160 million. In the past 24 hours alone, they bought 486 million. So you may be wondering why Sol is so strong right now, why it keeps on going up. Well, look no further than one company that's buying a ton of it right now. 500 million within the last day. It's going to have an effect. And there's many others that are going to be joining in soon. And let's not forget the Sol ETF that's coming out.